everyone. This is Jane and Alec.
Hi guys.
And this is our channel, English Groove. We are teachers of English, and today we're going to discuss some differences in our cultures again.
Okay.
And the topic is dating. So.
Good topic. Right. Okay. So, what's the first
question? Yeah, I have some questions, which sound to be like stereotypes, and I would like to know what are the rules there in the UK for you.
Right. So, the first thing I would say is that I think dating here in Russia is way more traditional. Okay. People did say this to me before I came to Russia, but when you actually live here and you experience it and you go on dates, you do notice it a lot. So, the first thing that I want to point out is that Russian girls love flowers. Okay? The flower culture in Russia is way bigger than it is in England. Okay? In Russia, they have an abundance of 24-hour flower shops. Okay?
Yes,
right?
that's
And that's
true.
not normal. Okay? Well, definitely in England, right? Right? There's like two 24-hour flower shops on my street alone. So,
yeah, we have a bunch of them, like around the metro, each metro. Yeah, I think it's true.
And also with flowers, there is a rule about like odd and even. Yeah. So can you explain that to me?
Sure. Well, people usually bring the even number of flowers for funerals. So it's a tradition here. So and it's usually roses or just some simple flowers. That's why you just can't bring an odd number of flowers for a girl.
Okay, well there you go. Yeah, really interesting, and I had no idea about this before I got here. Secondly, like in England, we've got a lot more pubs. Or we have pubs generally, right? So dating can be a little less formal. It can be more relaxed, I think, than it is over here. I mean, obviously it's depending on who you are and who you go out with. But in England, it's pretty easy just to ask a girl to go for a drink in a pub because there's a pub everywhere. Yeah. Okay. What kind of thing were you looking for?
Who's supposed to be first to ask out?
Yeah, so, I mean, definitely in Russia, as a man, I have to do it, okay? I don't think I've ever had any situation where a girl here has asked me on a date. I don't know if you've ever asked anyone on a date.
Well, actually, I'm an exception of all the rules because it always works either strange way for me, because once I was asked out and I didn't even understand this. So, and can you imagine my surprise when I saw the guy? He was, all dressed up. And he was with a present, so he gave me a perfume. Yeah, I was just like I think I was after the gym.
Right, nice,
so,
sweaty.
I was wearing some stupid t-shirt and also, I think I didn't even have makeup. So that was a big problem for me. And, we never met again.
Okay, so it went well. Yeah,
okay. Well, for me, but I felt so uncomfortable that I was happy that we didn't meet again. That's the thing. All right, one more thing, which is very important, and in my case, I get very nervous when I think about it.
Okay.
Because I don't know who should pay.
Right, so definitely in Russia, definitely, I feel that I have to pay as the man. Okay, I don't think there's any way around that. In England, I'd say that most of the time the man pays, but I feel that the woman will pretend to offer to pay. They'll be like, oh no, let me get it. Whereas in here, most Russian women that I've been on a date with, will just kind of expect the bill to get paid. Okay, they don't even pretend to take out their purse. Like, oh, how much?
So they don't even try.
No, which is it's cool. I've got no problem with that. But and also I would say that you will come across some girls in the UK that will really offer and really want to pay as well, pay half. Okay, that is more normal. I wouldn't say it's normal, but I'd say it's more normal in the UK.
Do they insist on paying?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, as like just. I mean, I don't know why exactly, but that is more common.
Well, there is a difficult thing for me because when the man pays after we had dinner or something like that, like coffee, I feel very uncomfortable, like I owe something.
Yeah.
So, but recently, just one thought came to my mind. Like I dress up. I go to a hairdresser's.
Yeah.
I also buy all this, cosmetics and all of the eyeshadows, like mascara, everything, lipstick, and like I have to pay.
Yeah. So, you've made the effort, so absolutely does the man have to pay. So I would say like one of the best ways round it in England is I will usually say, look, I'll get the meal, but you can just get the next drink, okay? And that way they feel like they're paying a little bit when you go. Hopefully it goes well. You go to a bar or whatever, okay, and they can get the next drink, okay?
Well, anyway, in my case, I always prefer to pay for myself. But once when I offered. And when I did that, the guy was very offended.
Yeah,
so
I can imagine. Was he Russian?
Was he?
Yeah, traditional Russian kind of guy. Yeah.
So you like never know.
Yeah.
So every time the first day is just like the big stress.
Yeah, and actually, I kind of had a situation not that long ago where, I asked the girl, "Oh, will you take a taxi or will you get the metro?" And she said she'll get the metro. And then I was speaking to another one of my friends about it, and she was like, "No, you should have insisted that she got a taxi. Like, absolutely, like you should never let them get the metro back home."
Seems like, I didn't read some Bible of dating, so I left it. Maybe, or I missed that lesson at school, who knows. Well, but I Googled.
Okay.
I Googled
and what did Google say?
Yeah, the Google says that like the perfect date includes the following rules. The man should order the taxi for a girl to check her address first, and to take her to the date.
Okay, yeah, I've heard this.
Yeah. Second thing, he must bring flowers, of course.
Yeah.
Like if he doesn't do
already
this,
2 mistakes.
not my man. Like then of course he pays for everything.
Yeah.
This is just like out of question. One more thing. He has to help the girl to take off the jacket off, or to take the Poor guy, so many rules. So that's terrible, actually.
Right, another thing. I feel in England that you can be more relaxed about meeting up and walking around to find a restaurant, okay? Just like it's chilled, like go for a walk, like come across a restaurant you like, right? But here in Russia, I mean, I've been told by my Russian friends that it's really important to like book the restaurant, know exactly where you're going, have it all organized. So another thing that I think is a little bit different is that I feel in the UK that you can ask girls on kind of stranger, less traditional dates than you can here. Like, it's not something that I ever really liked doing, but I had lots of friends that, would think like the perfect date would be like doing a climbing wall together or like going bowling together, okay, as like a first date. Now, I don't know, but I feel that that wouldn't go down too well with your typical Russian girl, okay? I think they'd prefer the more, looking elegant. Yeah, because there's a much bigger emphasis on looking elegant, I think, as a Russian,
ladies dress up for the dates here. High heels. This is also an incredible thing for me. She wears high heels all this way actually. Well, if the man is not that perfect guy who orders the taxi, so she has to put on her high heels and she walks somewhere from Bibireva to the city center just to have that date in the nice restaurant.
So, I mean, if someone said to you as a first date, hey, let's go to an escape room, how would you feel about that? Not very good. There you go. Well, that basically sums up.
I don't know.
I wouldn't do that because I think you need to be like really, really comfortable. But I feel in the UK, that would go down better with some girls.
Well, it definitely depends on the person. So I like when people just agree on something, when they discuss, like, would you like to go there and there? It can be, well, for example, if a guy asked me out and he created all that adventure, like scary room or something, I would kill him, of course. Like,
Why?
I hate being scared, that's all.
That is an awful date, okay? So you take someone...
Yeah, like, no, thank you. I'm not going to meet, I don't know, Freddy Krueger, for example.
Yeah.
That's my nightmare.
Okay, so when you go to a restaurant, also Russian people in general actually don't really like spicy food. Most Russian people I meet, most, not all, actually it's not that big a thing, right? Whereas in England, we actually do prefer spicy food. Like having an Indian is our main takeaway. Now, I'm not saying that I would take a girl to an Indian restaurant first date because it's quite messy.
Well, I remember it when I was in the UK when we were walking around London. It was amazing, to see the sights, but it was terrible because we couldn't find normal food. It was either Indian or Italian, but fortunately Italian. I like the Italian food; it's just amazing. But it was really hard to find some soup or
just like English.
Just like only a daily or a small coffee house when you can take a coffee or tea, and that's all. So,
really? I don't know.
Yeah, I was really unlucky
that's
those
interesting
days, yeah.
because I don't. Okay, maybe you're just unlucky.
So if we go back to the dating, usually it can be just a restaurant or a cafe. Like everybody likes to invite you and to go to Shokoladnitsa.
Yeah. That's an acceptable date.
It's not sponsored, by the way.
To go to Shokoladnitsa, which is kind of like a Russian Costa coffee. Okay. Yeah. That.
Well, it's just like when you have no ideas for the first day, you just can go to Shokoladnitsa.
Oh, right. Okay. So another interesting thing is, I mean, as a girl, I always feel that if I have a date in the daytime, it means that they just want to be friends. Okay? A date, I don't know if that's me or I don't know if that's an English thing, who knows, but I feel if I agree to have a date and she says like, oh yeah, like we can meet for lunch, then it's terrible, like absolutely awful, right? What are your thoughts on that?
I really don't know because, again, from my personal experience, I cannot sometimes distinguish a date from just a meeting in a cafe or that's all. So I don't really understand like a guy wants to be friends with me or he has some more interesting plans. But is that true that usually guys invite and ask you out if or offer to have a lunch together? Yeah. Because they like you? Or?
Yeah, I mean,
so
definitely. Like, if I was to ask someone out, it's because I'm romantically interested in them, right? I wouldn't just ask out a girl. I just wouldn't do it. Like, just like, hey, you're really cool. Let's go and have lunch.
So you'd
maybe occasionally, but like.
So you'd rather go with a friend like
Always.
Jordan, for example.
I love going for lunch with you, right? Because usually, like with my female friends, we've like been at a party and we've become friends, and then it's not like a big thing to ask them out. You just go for lunch, right? But if I was to ask someone for dinner, then 100% I'd be like interested.
Okay, I had something interesting to ask you. So what was your worst date?
Yeah, my worst date. Okay, so generally I haven't had too many bad dates, but I remember once when I was at university, I was with this girl and we were just walking around looking for somewhere to eat or whatever, and we walked past an ice rink, okay? And she was like, oh, that's such a cool idea, like, let's go ice skating. And I'm really bad at ice skating,
Okay.
right? Like,
I thought that
like
you
just
would
like
say this.
embarrassingly bad. I know Russian people love it. Most Russian girls can ice skate.
Seems like an exception
Right.
from all the
Right.
rules they people have.
Because you have that amazing thing in Park Gorky, yeah?
Well, yeah, it's fun sometimes, but for me it's boring.
Yeah.
Round and round and round and round. Yeah, very funny.
Okay, so yeah, anyway, I have to go ice skating, and it's just embarrassing. I fall over. You can't be that confident. She also can't enjoy ice skating because she's trying to help me the whole time. But I guess it's actually, anyway, it just didn't go very well, and it was kind of embarrassing.
Okay, got it.
But it wasn't too bad. Yeah.
Okay. So my worst date when we were first walking around Moscow. It was really cold. So, and finally I just said maybe we would go somewhere because I'm just freaking cold.
Yeah.
And he said, yeah, why not? Let's go to McDonald's.
Oh, Jesus. Yeah,
And
that
all
is-
right, I said, okay, let's go. Why not? I hate McDonald's.
Yeah.
And it's just like, it's an awful place. It's just like public toilet. I'm sorry. Everybody goes there when...
And no one would go to a public toilet for a date.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I can imagine that's horrendous. I mean, I might have said when I was like 15, when we were walking around
Yeah, when you were 15, you were okay about it. But
McDonald's.
and the worst thing was that it was like, we ordered, I paid for myself.
Yeah.
So he didn't even try to.
But he didn't even
to
pay for your McDonald's. Well, that's
Exactly.
low, isn't it?
So now I'm telling everything to you now, and I'm asking myself, what was I thinking?
Yeah, I mean, someone who doesn't pay for your McDonald's.
I should have left just after, before he told me that we were not going anywhere, just walking around the city. Even worse, there was something even worse. He said, after we finished our dinner, he said, let's go to my place.
Yeah. What?
Like just right away, first date.
Big Mac, then straight back to yours. Yeah. Okay.
Nice plan, by the way. If you ever see this,
At least pay for it.
yeah, give me my money back.
Yeah. Okay. What was I going to say? Oh yeah. So another question then is kissing on the first date.
Oh yeah, my lip always jumps when everything.
Because obviously, as a man, you get to that situation where at the end of the day, it's gone well, and then you're thinking do I go for it, okay, or not? Because obviously the man has to make the move, right? So it's like you're saying goodbye. You have to read the situation, because maybe it went awfully, right? And she just doesn't want to kiss you, right? First of all. And then, or maybe she does like you, but she wants to appear really respectful and so she's gonna say no anyway. But you have to make that decision, right? And that's the worst bit. Sometimes sometimes the body language is so good, but the worst thing is when you've just spent loads of money on a date, okay, which is fine. And then you go for a kiss, and you end up with some kind of weird friend hug, right? And,
See ya.
yeah, or just really, straight on the phone, texting your mates, so bad. Where are you? Yeah.
Yeah, and I was, thinking while you were telling your story, I think that every guy should have some James Bond skills about dating.
Okay, but that is hard because he's very
You have
cool.
to read the body language. You have to try to understand, to read her thoughts somehow. So that's...
But would, from your experience of dates, have you kissed on the first date?
Yeah, I did, and
Okay.
I hope that. Well, we split up with that guy pretty soon, but I hope that he didn't notice that my lip was jumping.
Really?
So I was so nervous. I didn't.
Really?
Yeah. So
Or
it's a terrible thing for me, but still, I belong to that group of people, like that part of people who usually, have some agreement before. Like you understand that you like the person.
Yeah.
He likes you obviously, and you just.
Yeah, and then
it's the best way is just to talk to
That's
him.
true.
That's all.
But like sometimes you ask people out that you've kind of barely seen, or you've seen them at a house party. I don't know. You've said like a couple of words to them, but like you're attracted to them. So you don't actually know anything about their personality really, but you just think like let's see where it goes. Like maybe she's cool.
I have a question.
Okay.
How do you? What is your move? Maybe you have
My
your
move,
your signature move. Like how do you ask out?
I'm actually really bad at it. I
Think like everybody else.
Yeah, I don't know. I would just say, hey, like, do you want to go for a drink sometime? Like, really basic.
So, explain this to me,
Yeah.
please.
Yeah.
So, which of these words actually tells the girl that you are interested in her in a romantic way?
Right, there you go. So, okay, so maybe, I don't know, in England, I think everyone would know if you say, do you want to go for a drink? Okay? Oh, we should go for a drink sometime. I think that's the best way to like kind of keep it casual, but they know that you want to pursue something. But actually, my ex-girlfriend, I asked her out by saying, hey, do you want to go for a drink sometime? And she was like, yeah, sure. Anyway, we're walking around, and she generally thought I just wanted to get a drink with her. Like, just have a drink. Anyway, so we joked about it afterwards because she was not expecting a date at all. But for me, that is like a big indication. Because like, why would I ask you to go for a drink with me?
Okay, so
I don't know, like Ines.
again, there is some rule. There are some rules which you have to know before you start your adult life.
Yeah.
I think that's
So
the
maybe
point.
I should just be more direct and just be like, look, I find you really attractive. Do you want to spend some time together?
Perfect. That would
Right?
make
Let's
that,
not play
it
any of
makes
these games.
sense. It would be just perfect because you will not have to worry like if he likes me or not.
Yeah.
Like maybe I should wear this dress or that. How do I look? I don't understand. I'm so fat.
Okay, all right. So I'll tell you something that I'm really bad at as well. The texting game, right? Some people are really good at like texting and flirting and just like keeping girls like on their toes and everything. But I'm rubbish at it, right? So.
Well, I also can say that I'm a bit old-fashioned maybe in this way. Like I don't really like all these online services.
Swiping.
Yeah, I know that there is a rule. If he just likes a couple of your pictures on Instagram, you like go to his account. You also put some likes there, and if you wait for some time, and then he has to start the conversation in the messages, in the direct messages.
Yes, we have the expression to like
What?
slide into DMs. I think that's it. Something, yeah.
Perfect. It feels terrible. Also, I hate Tinder because, I just registered there for fun because all my friends. Well,
that's why I'm registered as well. It's like really fun.
but it's true. Well.
Okay,
remember, I'm an exception from all the rules.
Yeah.
I've told it many times today. Well, okay, all of my friends just told me those ridiculous stories. Like, I just had a conversation with that strange guy, and he just. At our first conversation, he told me like, "Can you send me the picture, please, of your?"
Send nudes. Yeah, horrendous.
Send nudes. Like what?
Surely that never works ever.
But of course it doesn't work at all. But who expects this? Who expects this to work? I just don't understand. So, from my experience with Tinder, I just realized that only those people who you kind of can distinguish. You can notice those people in the crowd. Like they must look strange, but you don't know how they look like. and you don't expect. So you don't see the
You know
person.
this, you know catfishing?
No.
I wish I used it as one of my words. Catfish is when somebody has like a profile that doesn't look anything like them. Okay? So sometimes it can be like really serious, like they pretend to be someone else, right? But a lot of the time it's just like pictures of their face which are just so nothing like what they look like. But the word in English is catfish. To catfish.
Okay.
There you go.
I would say like a fish face, like with all those lips.
Oh yeah, because that's like that. Especially when you have that on that kind of
No offense,
aging
please.
Russian girl, right? You're still really holding on to her beauty, and it's just like so badly done.
Well, okay, Tinder was a terrible experience again, and I just said, okay, my psychic will never deal with it anyhow. So it's a big deal. I just after a couple of the messages I received, my world will never be the same again.
Yeah, okay, that's
It's terrible. I said, okay, so.
Okay, so going back to paying, right? So I'm thinking, the men have to pay a lot of money. So how do university students who have no money in this country, how do they go on so many dates? Like, surely it must be like a big problem if you have no money and you've got to ask a girl out.
Well, these days I think that everybody, according to Instagram,
has money.
everybody has money because they, I don't know, students know how to make money from air. It seems to me like that.
Okay,
because
right.
every time you look at some account of a teenager, for example, and you understand that he makes money already. He has made a fortune already.
You studied here in Moscow.
Yeah, but when I studied here, there was no Instagram.
Okay,
and
no one had any money.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And there weren't so many cafes those days, and it was McDonald's.
Oh, so that was it. It was just like McDonald's or nothing.
Yeah, something like a sushi restaurant, some pizza houses, and
Pizza and sushi. That's another really important part of Russian culture, like sushi and pizza together.
Yeah,
right?
Most favorite things.
We don't
just
have that.
combine
Definitely not.
Yeah, and I have just an amazing story, really cool couples who started dating, and now I know a couple who have been married like I don't know, maybe 10 or so years, and I know that they started their dating. They didn't have any money in the beginning of their relationship, and he invited her to play snowballs. And then they made a snowman together. So he came to the date just with a bucket of carrots. And it was so sweet, actually, because, their story is just amazing.
I will do that next time, actually. I'll bring my
Natasha,
carrots.
I'm sending you my greetings and love. So I think that she will watch this podcast as well, and I have to mention her. Yeah, so that was an amazing story, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, so you have to be either creative or rich.
There you go. That's Russia.
And a little bit of James Bond. Yeah, that's for sure. Okay, I offer to play a game. I will set 1 minute, the timer for 1 minute, and you have to tell the worst way, some ideas how you can spoil a date. So we will exchange those ideas, and if you don't say anything and the alarm goes off, you lose.
Okay.
All right. And so timer. Ready? Okay. Who's gonna be first?
I'll go first.
Okay, go.
Forget your wallet or purse, but wallet.
Okay. He doesn't pay at all. Even for McDonald's.
Jesus. Okay, you talk about your ex-boyfriend or girlfriend.
Oh yeah. You talk about your mother.
You talk about how much money you have. Or maybe that's a good thing.
You have your lipstick on your teeth.
Oh yeah, that's bad. Jesus. You've got bad breath.
Okay, that was.
No, that's a really good one. I thought of that.
Okay. I can come up with anything. You fart.
Yeah, you fart. That's bad. Or okay, you go to the bathroom, right, and then your friend rings. So you're actually like talking to your friend, but you've been in there for a long time, and then you come back.
You scroll your feed during the date.
I win. That's a win for me.
Oh, really? Why? Because
Wait, what did you say?
you scroll your feed in the Instagram.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Okay, so I think that it's
Then you won.
well, but you didn't have enough time. So I need to figure out how to make the rules of this game better next time. Okay. So, and I think it's going to be our tradition.
Yeah,
I'm going to teach you some phrases.
Brilliant.
Yeah, Russian phrases, and and I will learn some new English phrases. So is you.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, the first phrase, I hope you see this. Строить глазки. What do you think it means?
Say it again.
Строить глазки.
Строить глазки. Is it a verb or a noun?
It's some kind of an expression.
Okay, it's an expression.
So it's a verb with a noun.
Like,
Plural noun.
Stроить глазки. Like waiting for or building your eyes. I know.
Well, of course, we are not talking about the direct translation of this word.
Yeah.
So it's something like a metaphor.
Okay. Like building a good like seeing a girl in the club or at a party, and you have like good connection.
You're so close.
Okay.
Yeah. Usually, of course. It means that when you строишь глазки, it means that you feel attracted, and you feel the vibe.
Good. Yeah.
And you want to attract this person somehow. We also say стрелять глазами.
Yeah.
So it means that when you стреляешь глазами, you're looking for the victim.
Right. Okay.
But строить глазки, it means that I really want you to like me.
Oh, really? Okay, there you go.
Yeah. Okay, next phrase is... It's not a phrase, it's a word. Малыш.
Malish. Sounds
Малыш.
like my sweet, cute baby girl, like Malish.
Yeah, it's like a baby, like a honey baby.
Like
yeah.
Zaychik.
That's
one of my favorite ones.
Oh, it's so good that I chose this
Okay,
one.
yeah, that's Malish. I think I have
Malish.
heard that actually at school with some of the like, I don't know why kids
use this word.
maybe
to
like
refer
those old like doctor. I don't know.
to- Okay, and I think that this phrase must be really useful for you. Like
Raz.
разделим счет.
Well, let's get the bill. Let's get
Yeah,
the check.
yeah,
But like, let's
exactly.
get the check and go
No,
home.
not really. Something else. Something more useful for you if you forget your wallet, for example.
Oh, like you pay for this one and I'll get the next one.
Almost. Well, yeah, it's about money.
Yeah.
You offer to share the money for the dinner.
Okay, right. So, okay.
So I think that it's all from me, and
Okay. Right.
let's learn some English
So-
expressions.
These are three expressions. So the first one is going Dutch. Let's say you're on a date and you go Dutch. What do you think that means?
Okay. Well, Dutch means something like Holland.
Yeah,
It's
like-
connected with
yeah.
Holland. So it's either.
Let's get a
Well,
plane to the Netherlands.
stereotypes again playing in my head. So maybe you should be really foolish during the first date or something, or like like
Yeah, it's like joking around, like, oh, she's Dutching.
saying stupid things, or just it's a little bit on the north,
Yeah.
so maybe to be very cold, like yes, no,
Okay.
yes, no, like
Oh, okay, so like
no
kind of-
emotions at all.
Okay, so what going Dutch means is, it's not that, but it was a good guess. It's actually the equivalent of this.
Oh, okay.
It's when you split the bill. You go 50-50 on the bill.
Okay.
Which I
and
think-
how do you use it? Like,
Well,
let's
it's-
go Dutch?
No, well, you could say that, but no one ever would. But it's
Okay.
usually like, oh my god, like, did you make her go Dutch? Like, did you make her pay for both of them?
Okay.
Did you make her pay her own way? Like, that's really bad. That's how I've heard it anyway.
So it's more like negative.
Yeah, I think it's definitely a negative word.
Okay.
Like, never go Dutch on a date.
Okay.
Next one. On the pool.
Like pool.
What does every British person will know what this means 100%?
On the pool.
Are you on the pool tonight? Yeah, mate.
So,
Stop pulling them.
So if I get it right from your moves, body language, I'm a little bit of James Bond too. I hope. So maybe it means that you look really well, or maybe you feel like I'm gonna be lucky today.
Yeah. Okay. So to pull means to kiss. Right? So who did you pull last night? So actually, on the pool means like you're going out, you're looking for girls. Like you're aiming, you're there to pull girls.
So you probably will not be lucky, but you kind of determined to find someone.
So you could be like, oh, are you on the pool tonight? Nah, sorry, I've got a girlfriend. If you're speaking to like your mates, they would probably know you have a girlfriend, but yeah. So it basically means to try and chase girls, to get girls.
Okay.
Third one. In the doghouse. What does it mean to be in the doghouse?
To be.
Yeah. To be in the doghouse.
Well, probably to be in a really poor and bad restaurant.
Right, yeah, exactly. You go
really?
to no, but it's good. but it is a good idea.
But sometimes I have a dog, and sometimes his food costs more than mine.
Jeez.
So.
No, in the doghouse means that you have a bad relationship with. No, you're in a bad situation, right? So, for example, if you went out and you came back really drunk, and then your boyfriend or your girlfriend, like, you always do this, like, you're a complete waste, right? The next morning, you would be like, oh, I'm in the doghouse at the moment, right? Like, she hates me, like, I've got a bad relationship with her, I've got a bad vibe with her.
Oh, so is it only about the relationship?
No, you could do. It's basically if you've done something really bad. I haven't really explained it very well. But yeah, it's like if you've done something bad, right?
Only in this case, and or is it the situation when when girls always tell you criticize you, and then?
No, I actually think you can only use this if you're a man. I think. I don't know. I'm looking. I don't think it's usually between a husband and a wife. When the man does something wrong and the wife is in a bad mood with him, right? Like he's just gone away for a weekend. He's got drunk. He's done something stupid. You can say, "I'm in the doghouse." Right.
So it means that something terrible is going on in your relationship and at home, right?
Yeah, it's like more of just like one event. It's like one event. It's not like a long-term thing. It's like you've done something stupid.
Okay.
You've done something bad. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. So I think that this is all for now, and I hope that you enjoyed this episode too. So
brilliant. Thank you very much, and
thank you
subscribe below.
Sure. Subscribe, yes, or share, and don't forget about the likes. We will appreciate that.
Thank you very much.
So
see you next time,
much.
guys.
Yeah, see you. Bye bye.
Cool.